Hi there, we're going to be doing some legs today, and I found that most of you have some weights or something, that can weigh their legs with. So I took a pair of 15s, which again for me is not super heavy. And I figured what we could do to increase the intensity of our leg workout today is to do sets after sets after sets without rests. Now, I would ask you to do like 4 minutes straight of squatting with the dumbbells in your hands, and that wouldn't be so fun. So instead of doing that, I figured this is a routine that sometimes I use in the classes at the studio, and so we're going to do just regular squat with the weight by our side, then we're going to put them at the shoulder, then we're going to have them overhead. We're going to do 10, 10, and 10 of each, which you can make 15 or 20 if you have lighter weights, to just increase intensity. Then you take 1 minute off and then you do it again, right? Up to like 5 times. And then there is a sort of glute/hamstring routine of the sort, also with 3 exercises following right after. So the 3 exercises for the quads here, or full legs, right? Or just, so my legs are a little bit closer to one another so I can hang the weights by my side. And then, like I said, 10 to 15 repetition squats here. As soon as you're done with that, and without a rest, you move on to what we call front squat. So when the weight is at the shoulder, keep the elbows back or down. This time you can open your legs wider if you'd like. Parallel. And then the last one is overhead. So this one here is harder. I'm going to show you how I will do it. And then we sit. Now this could be hard in terms of flexibility or even strength. So this is another option for this last one. A little bit easier. And if that doesn't work for you, one hand up. One hand touches the floor. If this doesn't work for you at all, arms up and work it. So that's the quad portion. I will do 5 sets of those 3 exercises. Now in terms of glutes and hamstring, single-legged deadlift. Let's do 10 per side. Because those 15 wouldn't do me any good if I was just doing regular deadlifts. Unless I did 300 of them. And then you switch side. Then 1 or 2 of those weights, and we're going to do good mornings. Stick your butt back until your back is parallel to the floor. Squeeze your butt. Squeeze. Also 10 to 15 repetitions. And I was thinking, if you have a chair, let's just do decline bridges for the last one. That's a really great exercise. So we're gonna bring the hips really close and the heels at the edge, toes facing you, knees open. Squeeze the butt. Remember, initiate with the heels and feel it all the way to the glute when you get to the top. Tuck the butt under. And you should do this one here for more repetitions, since this one here is no weight. Something like 20. Then you would take 1 minute off and you do it again. Single-legged deadlift on the right for 10 to 15. On the left for 10 to 15. Good morning, 1 or 2 weights. 10 to 15. And then finally 20 to 30 repetition on the decline bridge. So we had this amazing routine this morning, you guys, where I brought out the exercises from PX90. I'm pretty sure none of you remembered those, but I'm going to show them to you anyway. So the first one is called like a flying Heisman. So you just go from side to side and then pull your knee. Yeah. So there's like a lot of core in those exercises. As far as we can, inner and outer thigh. That was exercise number 1. Now the second one was called a squat and a swing. So imagine that you have a chair in front of you, nice and high, right? So you squat. And then you take your leg over the chair. So you always go in the same direction, I would say, and or you can switch it up from the outside inside. That's exercise number 2. Exercise number 3, taken from basketball, jump shots. So we slide here, jump on one side, slide here, jump on the other side. Number 3, wacky jacks, the hardest ones, super good for your obliques here. And then finally, imagine that there's a square on the floor, and with both legs, you're going to jump on each corner of the square. Now, not going to be injuries, so I'm going to show you the lighter version. Each corner, yeah? But you do it with both legs, right? Both legs. So those are the 5 exercises. So I suggest you do them 1 minute at a time, take a break. So you have maybe 3 or 4, 5 minutes intervals. You can do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. You can do that by the repetition, so 10 each, and then take a break.